Hello, let's play Connections for Monday, June 29th. But first, we reveal our dad joke in the day and this day in history. Did you hear that Arnold Schwarzenegger will be doing a movie about classical music? He'll be back. All right. Oh my gosh, everything's falling over. Here we go. We're fine. All right. What do you think happened on June 29th, 1613? The Globe Theatre burns down. On June 29th, 1613, Shakespeare's home stage, the Globe Theatre, burned down in London. Shakespeare's acting company, called the Lord Chamberlain's Men, built the Globe in 1599 from the timbers of Burbage Theatre, London's very first permanent theatre. Plays and dramatic performances in England at the time were impromptu affairs, performed in inn yards or on street corners. But starting in 1574, the Common Council of London began licensing performances staged in inn yards within the city limits. Actor James Burbage built his own theatre outside the city limits in 1576 to escape this restriction. After Burbage's lease expired, the Lord Chamberlain's Men moved the theatre's timbers to a new location, thus creating the famous Globe. Standing 3 stories high, the theatre had a round wooden structure about 30 meters in diameter, with a stage on one end and covered balconies for the gentry. The open-air amphitheater could house up to 3,000 spectators. When the fire began on this day, it is believed that a theatrical cannon for the play Henry VIII misfired and ignited the theater's wood and thatching. All right. That's some interesting info that I didn't know. I would like to thank the following members. Special thanks to Chris Alberti for signing up as a new member. Welcome, and make sure you use the wheel website to customize your wheel options. And thank you to the following members for starting a new month. So another special thanks to Gavin Sharp for 12 months. Happy anniversary. Thank you to Mr. Auckland Guy. Thank you to VW Jet 2001. Thank you to Double E, Pamalam7, and special thanks to Knitting by Franco for 49 months as a super supporter. Thank you so much for your support. All right. Well, let's play Connections. We're finding 4 groups of 4. We've got Woofer, Ruffian. What are you saying? Starts with woof, starts with rough. Is that maybe a rainbow herring? I don't know. They don't usually put them next to each other. Inhale, Groot, Embark. That we got bark here. Magnet, Snarf, Cone, Snarf, Rogue, not Rouge. Crush, Cabinet, Strunk. I don't know what that word is. Should I know that word? Nudibranch. I don't know that word either. Miscreant, Guzzle, and Scoundrel. I mean, we got Miscreant and Scoundrel here. So do we have words for just like a thief or a brigand, or I don't know. Anyway, that feels yellowish, but yeah, a rogue, a miscreant, a scoundrel, and a ruffian. All right. So I think woof, rough, bark, and arf are getting split up into 4 categories. I think that's our rainbow herring today. It's top 2 rows. They made you think of it immediately with the first 2 words if you read it that way. Wyna loves to do that, to try to get you to notice the red herring. Woofer is part of a speaker system. I suppose a cabinet, what it's in is the cabinet, maybe the cone, the magnet. Is there anything else that might be more appropriate than cabinet, or is this it? Parts of a speaker. That feels trivia enough, like niche-ish knowledge. So I'm gonna mark that blue. We can always reevaluate. All right, and then this ends in branch. That's my only branch and bark and root and trunk. It's a good thing I don't need to know what strunk is. So this is purple. This is part of a tree plus a start, or ends with parts of tree, I guess, is what we need. These all just have one. Nope, this has 2 letters added. All right, anyway. Whatever it is. That means this last one's green that I haven't even looked at yet. Inhale, snarf, crush, and guzzle are all words for just quickly eating, maybe drinking. Probably quickly. I don't know. It could be quickly eating or drinking. I'm not sure which one. Crush, usually, like you crush a can of beer, right? And same with guzzle. So I think probably drinks. I think my colors are right. Why would I go for yellow then? Let's go for the purple first. All right, I think I remember these. Ending in parts of a tree, and then we have the woofer and the magnet and the cabinet and the cone for our speaker systems, parts of a speaker. And then I think that crush, snarf, guzzle, and inhale are synonyms for drinking quickly. Consume with gusto. So it's just consume. It doesn't specify. And then we've got the what's another just whatever other synonym we're gonna have for a thief of some kind. Old timey troublemaker. Yeah, it's a troublemaker. There you go. My 54th reverse rainbow. This was extremely easy today, but I don't know how much depended on knowing speaker parts. I mean, I think most people know that at least woofers are part of a speaker, but I don't know. It's hard for me to know what other people know. Unfortunately, I have theory of mind. Let's check the difficulty. What? Just trees? Here's some trees. They're green. All right. Today's difficulty is 2 out of 5. Felt easier than yesterday, but they made it harder. 82%, yeah. 47% of players aren't making any mistakes. Really not hard today. That's what I thought. 148 for, it's not even hard to identify the reverse rainbow today if you're going for it. 148 is pretty common for reverse rainbow. People are getting yellow first, purple first, green. I mean, even blue is not that bad. Really evens out. Still blue is the most rare. I mean, that's just going to be true of trivia categories. If you didn't know the trivia on the first guess, why would you know the trivia on the second guess? Anyway, people who are losing just don't know. It's like there seems to be a subset of people who don't look for purple. Like they're just not experienced enough with the game to just know to look for beginnings and ends of words. And so they miss that. And then they just happen to not know the speaker trivia. And if they're in that situation, then that's what causes the loss. And that's what we're seeing here is greens and yellows only for the losing games. All right. It might also be like the slang also does add difficulty for people who don't know English slang. There's quite a few people who play who are not native speakers or just from other regions where they don't use that slang. Well, sometimes it's American specific slang. All right. And that's probably what's true here. A lot of people lost because they were chasing green or at least made mistakes because they didn't know the fourth word for eating or consuming quickly or whatever. I wonder why woofer ended up with root. Like, so we got branch, trunk, and root. But maybe thinking fir, like a fir tree? Maybe. And then just not if you don't know what a woofer is, you might think, oh, maybe it's a scoundrel. Maybe we're doing a fir tree. Maybe woofer means to eat quickly, right? Like to wolf down. That WOLF though. All right. People are getting yellow first. 49% of people locked in yellow first. That's the first one I found. Purple first is 17%. That is really high, but it's really not that hard to see. Green, blue, only 3% falling for the rainbow herring. I wonder what that means. Just finding something else first before you even notice the rainbow herring, I guess. All right. Well, how'd you do?